New Yorkers can smell the inauthentic. When you try too hard, when you have corporate identities that try to make a better burrito or make a better egg roll, New Yorkers can smell the inauthenticity. And we can't have New York City be an inauthentic place.
How about the camera? Huh? How about the camera?
Are you kidding me? I'm in an interview. Move on. You're fucking nuts.
Take my hand, I'm a stranger in paradise, lost in this wonderland, a stranger in paradise. If I can call you out, that's a stranger in paradise, the model.
My name is Jan Lee. I'm a third-generation Chinatown resident. My family's owned 19 and 21 Mott Street for 3 generations, and I own and manage it. In my grandfather's day, we were the first Chinese family in our building, so it was a lot of Italians and Jews. My father and his sister opened up Lonnie's Coffee Shop, which was very, very famous. It was a hamburgers and cheeseburgers and no Chinese food, but it was a great hangout for young Chinese Americans and Italian Americans and Jewish kids from the neighborhood. Hi, how are you, doctor? Good to see you. Well, this Chinatown in New York has always been a gateway. And it's a gateway to millions of immigrants who continue to come here. All of our families really were adding their small part to building New York. One of the oldest businesses in Chinatown is across the street from me. Our friends at Wing On, my family and their family have been across the street from each other for 100 years, so we know each other well.
My wife, Lorraine. Did I mention about the American dream that I live? Well, she's the girl next door.
Oh my God.
Not in New York,
Oh
Chinatown.
my God.
On the Jersey Shore.
Wow.
Summering.
Summering.
Yeah, yes,
Wow.
summering.
Jeez.
She didn't like it. She gets embarrassed when it comes.
You have this third company. AstraZeneca releasing some of its trial data today. This is just coming in now. What are they telling you?
My friend at the time market was chatting with me. I got hot kapow.
You like it spicy?
Don't do it too much.
You want to mix it? I don't have to strain.
Sure, I'll do it. Can you answer and say wing on low?
Wing on low.
Why they put so much scotch tape into one?
Mom was like, I can go doing something. Why we have to have this?
I'm happy to be working for Mei Lum, my boss, presently, who calls me Gary. And when she wants me to do things as a superhero savior, she calls me Dad.
All right, I'm pushing over there.
the fucking walk here. The coffee, and my heart to yours is walk. It's not really line over there, but it's just an appreciation. So thank you, brother. Appreciate it. May, out of all the other fifth generation family members, had the most connection with grandma and grandpa. And she was the most inclined to take the bull by her horns to keeping this legacy continuing on.
My view on Chinatown has always been through the storefront windows here at wocomoDOCS. What makes Chinatown special is the strength and resilience of everybody here, of opening up shop every day, walking up, 5 flights of stairs in their tenement building to go into their apartment. These storefronts, these legacy businesses holding all of these memories over the years and decades to stay here and really dig in and build deep roots here.
Hi, Pete. Hi. How are you? Since 1938, I've had the same restaurant family in our building. And so my family and their family have been doing business together for 3 generations. Anthony Bourdain was here.
Bourdain.
He stayed here.
Bourdain's been here about 3 times.
You've been working here since you were a kid?
Teenager.
Learning. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the days when me and you growing up, you knew
the owner.
mom and dad was there. You knew the son or your daughter is there. You know the family's running the place.
Right.
And then if they're there, if they're working for more than 20, 30 years, the second generation of the family got the family. That's what you call that's a family business.
Yeah.
But you know what? Family businesses are just going obsolete. It's dying. I'm second generation. If I decide to get out, there's not going to be no more house.
Right.
Because I don't have any backup.
So are you fully staffed? Do you no way, right?
No way. I only have I used to have 13 waiters.
Yeah.
I only got 5.
Wow.
And then the chefs, I used to have about 18
Yeah.
around. Sure, now I got coming in every day around 6. So 1/3.
Sure.
Much.
Because of COVID, we lost a lot of businesses in Chinatown, but also we lost the food.
All those.
What do you think that does to communities when you lose specific foods? Like, there's certain foods like you and I grew up having that you can only get in Hapke, right? So there's certain foods that you can get in certain restaurants.
Well, from what I see, if you lose your neighborhood local foods, you're going to lose your neighborhood.
In a lot of communities of color, people don't understand that the landlords look like the people that they rent to. They rely on me for trust that I'm going to continue to renew their lease, and I rely on them to be able to pay their rent at some point. Part of the building of the city is also renting to businesses that are contextual to our neighborhoods. They're really what makes up the beauty of New York.
If you think about New York City Chinatown and where it's located, we're basically neighbors to a lot of very wealthy and affluent neighborhoods. That really makes Chinatown a neighborhood that the city wants to take back, to build up, to develop, and become a place that they can make a lot of money off of.
I'd be around to see them too.
For us, we've declined any offers because this is our home. And this building, this store, the life we've lived here, it's like the living, breathing organism.
Our situation here in New York City's Chinatown is not unique. I think a lot of Chinatowns in North America are confronting a lot of similar challenges.
Welcome to Wings. Originally, fortune cookies were first invented actually in the States. My father, he went to San Francisco and he saw the first version. He says, I'd like to bring that up here. So we were the first to do bilingual fortune cookies.
What's your favorite one?
I like Chinese food.
Soon you'll be gone. You see that building in front of us? That's Wings Noodle. For us, that is the heart of Chinatown. Many new immigrants that arrived here, they needed jobs, right? And Wings Noodle was the place that they would go to, they could turn to. Well, there was the Irish and the Jewish and many other communities that passed through there.
Originally, this was like a Jewish town. So my father then says, hey, maybe if we kosherize our products, sell a bit more.
This is a very special Chinatown. You know, c'est un des rares quartiers chinois francophones.
Most English-speaking Canadians think of a Chinese in the traditional sense as a man who has learned to speak English with more or less of a funny accent. But listen to this.
Hello, Wang Wing. Oui, Jean. 3 douzaines.
We used to play here, we used to eat here. You know, there's so much that goes back. Like we like to see it continue, but you know, it's long hours. I'm 63, my brother's 69. There are no next generations that's interested in working this type of business. It's emotional to think of actually selling, but you know, at one point you have to say, well, there's nothing left.
Depuis 30 ans, le quartier chinois a perdu les 9/10 de sa population. La construction d'édifices à bureaux et du palais des congrès également a chassé les Chinois de leur quartier qui devient en fait presque inhabité quand les restaurants ferment.
Perdu sur une île, perdu dans la foule, Chinatown.
During the so-called period of urban renewal in Montreal, between 1960 and the 1980s, there were at least 200 structures that were destroyed.
Ce qu'il faut présenter à des gens qui nous viennent, c'est de leur montrer le vrai visage de Montréal.
When they built Guy Favreau, they took out like 1/3 of Chinatown.
Ça va faire quelque chose de très intéressant qui va raviver le centre, le cœur de la ville de Montréal.
blues. Quelque part la Chine est
You have Complex Desjardins that was built. You know, the Hydro-Quebec building. They're almost like tombstones, beginning of the death of Chinatown.
Avec le progrès de la ville, le quartier chinois est tout fait.
With the Wings Noodle block, it's in itself, from an urban morphology point of view, that you can see how it has actually survived this massive infrastructure surrounding it.
As you can see, everything else is being developed around Chinatown. That is like, that little bit is pretty much what's left.
Now it's empty everything. They had 1 year, no service. Before the COVID, we don't have too much takeout because the people like to sit down at dining room. Just a feeling. They like the feeling. I had long time here. I want to keep it. But the rental go up, we cannot afford, we close. History is history. So let the history go. Let the history go. Maybe in the future, another new Chinatown.
At different periods of history, Chinatown went through growth and then went through decline. So the Chinatown's growth ebbs and flows.
Within the budding stage of a Chinatown, it's the initial establishment. There is an initial purchase of a piece of property or the establishment of a restaurant, if you will, that becomes the center of the community. Now, the blooming stage is how others are able to thrive in that community.
Post-war, immigration started to open up. Opportunities for people to settle in different places other than Chinatown open up. And on top of that, urban renewal program and gentrification forced people to uproot and reroute. People start to move out to the suburbs to raise family with a bigger land. So the sense of what is an ideal household place started to shift.
Fast forward into really the late 80s and 1990s, you'll find communities that are much different. At the same time, then you see some Chinatowns entering a withering stage. I think then it stands at a fork. And at that fork for that Chinatown, are you able to move into the future? Or we're now talking about where it goes into this kind of extinction phase. And I think that that's really part of that discussion and that struggle of a lot of Chinatowns. It's to, are these neighborhoods that should be put under glass? Or do they have that ability to grow and thrive and change? And I think that that really is one of the big challenges as we see Chinatowns throughout North America see that change. And some will indeed disappear, but others will and can thrive. And it's really, I think, to those who are the stewards of these Chinatowns that they can help steer it into these futures.
買咩理由嚟？買個鑊。點樣？想買呢個鑊？係。好。穿底啊？得，而家攞俾你。好啊。好，唔該晒。而家得個燈牌啦。OK，唔該晒你啊。拜拜，唔該。
My name is William Liu, and I'm second generation operator and owner at Kamwai Dim Sum in Chinatown, 249 East Pender. Dim sum literally means a touch of heart, and I do believe that every morsel that we create in our kitchen is a bit of love. It really is a skill set. It's very, very difficult to master all the different folds and all the different kinds of dumplings.
蝦餃做得好，咪梗係俾心機去做啦，俾心機去做就好㗎啦。都係啲師傅教啊，叫做師傅冚。所以佢翻學嗰時，我成日見佢翻學㗎啦。佢細細個嗰時都跟佢媽嚟點心睇住我哋做嘢。
I've never really had that intense love for Chinatown until I started working with Kamwai. Throughout my university years, my dad was going through dialysis. He has kidney failure. The time I was finishing up my bachelor's in opera, I had my heart set out on moving to New York. I was doing auditions in New York.
Good. So the Liberame, the sixth movement of the Forte Requiem, features a bass solo. So we'll have William, and we'll use his voice as a kind of an inspiration and a guide for us in the way we sing to make those vowels so full and rich and tall. Just to run it right through from the top. Shall we stand, please?
In the back of my mind, I knew that if anything had happened, I would come back immediately. And during my audition, my dad had the opportunity to get a kidney transplant. So that's when I decided to take over the family business. I'm okay in my life giving up something I love for something that I love even more, which is my family.
Bravo. William.
You know, the neighborhood, the community here is in dire situation. When the pandemic first hit, a lot of the businesses couldn't hold on in Chinatown and have to shut down. Chinatown's never going to be the same. It's never going to go back to what it was. All myself, my family can do is really just stay put with where we are and try and run an honest business.
A few feet away from the park is where the city wants to build one of the largest vertical jails in all of the world. They want to demolish this entire enormous building and build a huge building as tall as the Statue of Liberty, over 350 feet tall, right in the core of the community. And so we have to think about using this opportunity to amplify what's been happening in the media.
A lot of anger tonight in one of New York's most iconic neighborhoods, Chinatown. Anger over the city's plan to put a so-called community jail there.
Joining us now to discuss is Jan Lee, a co-founder of Neighbors United Below Canal.
Since 1838, we've watched jails on that same location be torn down and built up again and torn down and built up again. And every time that they built one, they built them bigger. And every time that they built one, it was rife with more problems.
There has been a pattern of dumping on not just Chinese communities, but dumping in Harlem, dumping in East Harlem, dumping in the Bronx. And why is that? Why do we live among the largest carceral footprint of the entire East Coast of the United States? It's because Chinatown was never a desirable place to live to begin with. That's how it was designed. It was designed to corral Chinese people into an undesirable area. We're looking at facing years of demolition, years of dangerous construction, years and years of toxic dust that's going to be raised. Across the street from the jail, there's hundreds of people. On the jail campus, there's a senior residence. It's low income. Those people cannot leave. We will not survive 10 years of construction. The businesses, the community will not survive.
We come here to protect our community from you, from the city who want us out of this community. That's what you do it.
This is really a battle for the soul of Chinatown, not only here in New York City, but throughout North America.
So just to let you guys know, technically we could be fined for this. We have to maybe do more fundraising.我们是这个Chinatown Working Group， 是我们是救护唐人街这个机会。Bonjour, madame. Hello, hello, bonjour. Comment ça va? Okay, I suggest like a couple of people try to get into the homes in here. One thing that has triggered a huge public response was the purchase of the Wings building by these huge developers who are very well known in Montreal and very well disliked for their practice of renovictions. And then we saw the condos being built like right beside the arches. That's when it sounded the alarm to us. And we thought, oh my God, if we don't do something, we're gonna lose all of Chinatown. this is a really good illustration of like a David and Goliath. I mean, they're trying to fight what? Multi-story, probably 100 condo development beside their little 1-2-story houses.
So this is your house right here, this wall? Yeah. And this is what you're facing every day?
So close, eh? Full of gas here.
We're asking today why Chinatown matters at a time when it seems to be facing some existential threats. People who care about Chinatown say they are worried.
Now the developer is looking into purchasing connecting buildings. We think that they're trying to merge several plots of land into one huge development project.
The whole block is going to be taken down for condo development. My fear is that my home is going to be destroyed.
In the face of all the economic pressure due to COVID, due to anti-Chinese racism, developers, they come in, they prey on all these type of vulnerabilities. And if we don't fight back, if we don't organize as a community, that's how we're going to lose everything.
Good deal on kiwi.
Chinatown has been through a lot of changes over the years and is still going through a lot of changes. T&T just opened up yesterday. There's all kinds of development pressure in the community. In the Walmart universe, these little operators can't operate, right? They get taken over and you lose all that innovation. And that's so important for small immigrant communities, for people trying to start out. Chinatown is the stepping stone into Canadian society. A lot of business owners have thrown in the towel. They're like, I can't take it anymore, give me an offer, right? I understand that. If governments don't support these kind of small neighborhoods, it's a disaster long term. The whole idea that you can move immigrant communities out to the far distant suburbs is absurd. It's not sustainable for climate change. It's not sustainable for people with low incomes. We need living communities downtown, and if it's not supported, it'll disappear.
You could say that this trope of dying, the disappearing Chinatown, part of that is actually in response to the desire for those who didn't like the Chinese, those who were organizing around anti-Chinese politics, those who were exclusionists, those who were white supremacists. They wanted Chinatown to die. So the dead or disappearing Chinatown is ultimately wish fulfillment. We want to get rid of these people, and therefore this symbol of them, this cluster of them, clearly this is Chinese because of the Chinese language signs, the businesses and who's running them, what's in the stores. We want this to die. If you want to get rid of the Chinese, you train your bullseye, your target, onto Chinatowns.
Construction of the new city hall destroyed half of Chinatown, and now big developers are moving in.
As far as I'm concerned, we're in the business of making way for progress.
Now, we've had the understanding that most part of Chinatown has been given to the new city hall. The rest of Chinatown will stand.
Most of Chinatown is now owned by developers. The small stores and restaurants are finding it hard to survive on land worth $100 a foot.
This is very valuable real estate situated just behind the City Hall.
They prefer the money they get, they sell it. This is a free country.
These patterns in urban development, always urban renewals in non-white neighborhoods. We're always taking out what needs to be renewed. It's almost always the blight of non-whites. And so that pattern was across the board in North America in every city.
When Vancouver's Chinatown was targeted for urban renewal programs, more than 11 blocks were taken out and more than 3,000 people got relocated.
It's a neighborhood through which was seen as expendable, that this is where you can put a freeway through Vancouver's Chinatown to obliterate it.
For me, the story of the disappearing Chinatown is one that has power precisely because it expresses the wish of those who want to erase Chinatowns. But it also is an indicator of those who have pushed back and resisted that story.
Representatives from 29 Chinese organizations overflowed the City Council chambers in an organized bid to stop the steady erosion of Chinatown.
I'm pleading on behalf of myself and other members to please save Chinatown.
In the resistance against the freeway, it was not only Chinese-Canadian, but a multi-ethnic, multi-class type of social movement. You see the founding of contemporary Vancouver. And as such, begin the first discussions of sustainability in our cities.
We're not going to see you destroy our neighborhoods with 6, 8-lane roadways crisscrossing the city, turning it into an urban jungle.
There was this idea of coming together in this incredibly hostile environment that we're able to establish these collective goals. These moments offer the lessons for an urban future that we've perhaps lost.
Oh, there's a bit of a lineup. Hello, 食飯啦 Hello.
Hello.
Hello， 你好。
香港咯喎，有冇紅蛋食啊？
未啊，好快啦，好快啦。
日都係咁講啊！你個衰啊！你真係。我影緊你啊！
係啊係。
影我做乜啊？
快飯好。
話唔見你兩個。
好。
我耐咯。
係啊。
台山話講得幾靚。
好啲啊，好啲啊。
靚仔啊嘛。
係啊。
係靚仔啦哦。台山一支兩對。除咗個口罩嘛，你靚多啊。係啊。
外國英烈呢，靚女啊！
除咗個口罩先睇到。叫唔嚟行一輪。
見咩來咯？
佢先來嘅，就要空手嚟咁你。
Yeah, so my great aunt, grandmother, and grandfather all lived in the building at one point. I always like to highlight this.
Oh my God.
Because like, there's no one has this view.
And I mean, to think that they were going to put a freeway through this neighborhood, like, where do you know where it was going to go?
Oh yeah, so you can see the road there. That would kind of go all the way across into downtown. 6 years ago, when I was looking to buy an apartment, I was looking at a place in Chinatown, and my mom started bawling. Like, she's like, "Why would you do that to us?" Or like, do you not consider our thoughts and feelings? Why would you want to go back to Chinatown? And I remember that still sticks with me, that, you know, they fought so hard, like worked so hard to get out of Chinatown, because Chinatown's still really seen as that place you came when you first immigrated, you know, but you made it by leaving Chinatown. And it always seems to be, you know, struggling. You know, I think that's like this age-old story always. But that kind of echoes back to, you know, the formation of Chinatowns, right? Because they settled here because they couldn't settle anywhere else. Like, if you were, you know, at the margins, Chinatown was where you came.
most of the major cities of Canada, there's one minority that usually chooses to live in a community, the Chinese. Many of them are over 60. They originally came from China in the early 1900s to work on the CPR out west. They're not permitted to bring their wives and children from China, and in some cases are condemned to a solitary existence on welfare.
I first got involved with Chinatown after I graduated from university in the 60s, early 60s actually. My grandfather was here to build a railway. And after that, he brought my dad over and paid the head tax. What was surprising when I first arrived in Canada, most of the people were men. There were no children and no women. My dad married my mother in China. I was born in China. Because of the Chinese Exclusion Act, my mother and I did not come over until 1949. I was 14, so I have never met my father before that.
They passed a lot of exclusionary laws. Immigration exclusion, head tax, it made it punitively expensive to come here. My grandfather used to bring me down here. There was still a lot of what we call the waku, the old-timers, these men who had spent most of their lives without family, without women. He was, in essence, sharing me with these men who just didn't have kids, didn't have grandkids. And because of the exclusion of Chinese, they ended up spending the last days of their lives only with each other.
At the turn of the century, Chinese immigrants coming to Canada, coming to seek work, formed the family association as a mutual help society. So usually these are the organizations that can offer protection, offer opportunities for employment, and basically they are the first wave of social service agencies in Chinatown.
My grandfather.
Well, we're in the Wong Association right now. Were all the Wongs like blood related? No. In fact, one of the reasons why you would create an association around clan names is because it was a way to actually create fictive kin, fictive relationships where we need to help each other, we need to trust each other. Let's pretend we're family.
It's our origin story. Everything leads back to these places across Canada where the first Chinese communities built family, built community, built economies, and put down roots.
See, all this is original.
These family associations, they are the stewards of Chinatown. They are helping to take care of Chinatown for the next generation to continue to enjoy it.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pressure, and still is, for society to sell the buildings. We were approached by one architect. He said he's got $300 million to buy the 100 block East Pender. That's where most of the societies are. Our developer met with me. He invited me for dinner. He said, I have been here for 5 years. I have never been to Chinatown. we don't need Chinatown. And my answer to him was that, for you, may be true. You with your capital, you can go all over the world. But Chinatown is my family. My feeling is that if we sell, our forefathers would roll over in the grave.
Our ancestors have worked so hard in such horrible times to form an association like this. It would be a shame if it's lost. So the Mulan thing, the weight of the ancestors, it's hard. We are more seen as wardens of the buildings. And it always says that our responsibilities as the next generation is to keep these places running and standing so that we could pass it on to the next generation.
Over time, you do see the community come out with different strategies to make sure they can be protected. For San Francisco Chinatown, after the earthquake, the government did try to relocate Chinatown. So Chinatown community at the time, they fought back and they started basically trying to assert a certain strong identity within the city, and they come up with this architecture that's very different with the dragon post, with the gate to mark the boundary, and it's become the Chinatown architecture. And so that it was the community strategy to make sure it stands out, it's unique, it's different, and it's here to stay.
I'm not against brand new buildings. I don't think any of us should be against brand new buildings, but creating meaningful places that matter often means understanding how the depth of meaning is amplified by the site.
If we want to see Chinatown continued heritage designation, is the step one, and the heritage need to be deeper than the architectural facade. It is including the intangible heritage inside the building, the activity inside the building, the way of life that we want to protect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, it's been a while since we did this. Let's try to not go crazy at the beginning. Let's just walk through the steps first, and then we slowly graduate up to like full music and everything. Raymond Wong, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why is Calvin holding 2 sticks?
All right, let's go. Feel different. You don't go. 1, 2, down, wave, reverse, speak up. No, go over first. No? Down.
Dragon dance has been documented, and line dancing, as happening in the Han Dynasty. So we're talking about a tradition that we are carrying on that has lasted for almost 2 millennia. Excellent. All right, let's take a break. Let's take a little break. you don't have places such as Han Seng and other venerable clubs like the Moss Association of Canada, the Chan's Association of Canada, in Richmond or in Surrey. You could replicate a Kung Fu club in those places, but you, like the hall you're in now, the building you're in now was built in 1910. So imagine all the debates, all the discourse, all the conversations that these walls hold. You just can't get that in a new Chinatown. All right, you can go on left. You can go. Yeah, go home. Joy, go.
So this is the kind of thing that you would do with your father-in-law?
Yeah, we get a shipment back in the early days. I'm married into the family over 40 years now. And back 40 years ago, they used to get their inventory in these wooden crates. And we opened up the faces, we took out the nails, the steel banding that I'm doing now. And watching father-in-law and not understanding why he would even venture to do what he's doing with these things.
He passed away this year, right?
I say his name. And I get sad. It's crazy. I'm conjuring up my father-in-law as I'm doing this. No, your mask. Your mask. Move away. Too cold. Come on. I fell into depression when, when we had to lock our doors and not invite and welcome customers and visitors. It was my fountain of youth. And that fountain, that faucet, was shut. It was not a pause, it was full stop.
I know that probably no lions are coming out this year, is what I heard. There are no permits that were given, so that's kind of a clear sign that Super Saturday is not happening this year.
Whoa! Yeah. But yeah. That's easy. I think they're located somewhere near Wall Street or like Tie-Dye. Cute.
Well,
wow. The crop.
The crop.
I don't know about this.
The crop.
Yeah.
He looks very cool. During a time when a lot of lion groups aren't able to come out for our usual Super Saturday, we'll be coming out and just bringing some joy and auspicious energy for opening the year of the metal ox. Perfect. Mont Street Optical, and we want to bless your store with our lion head. We're ready, we're ready. He wants to give you guys tea.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, you too.
The NUBC lawsuit, which was successful, was overturned by appeal, and so that allows the city to roll in the bulldozers. They're going along with the project that was designed in 2017, and the world was different then. The city was different then. Our community was different then. And to move ahead on schedule as though nothing is happening is the most irresponsible thing that the city can do right now. Many people don't know that this is happening, so let them know this is coming. If you don't do something right now, they're going to roll in the bulldozers, and our neighborhood will be devastated. That's all you wanted, Sager? That's it. Just satisfied. Okay. Oh, this is what it. Okay, this is where it's at.
Sager is
the mascot.
Community justice mascot.
Yep. Obviously, taking the peaceful route.
No new job. No new job. No new job! 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 Everybody sit down.
This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like.
We're doing it for our community. We're doing it for our seniors. Right behind you is a senior living center. We're doing it for them. We're doing it for the residents.
New York City Police Department. You are unlawfully in the roadway and obstructing vehicular traffic. You are ordered to leave the roadway and utilize the available sidewalk.
No new jail! No new jail! No new jail! No new jail!
We do this for our small businesses. We do this for our seniors.
The surge in hate crimes against Asian Americans only getting worse. We've heard about a 52-year-old woman attacked outside a New York City bakery on Tuesday, a 91-year-old man pushed to the ground in San Francisco last month.
My view of what's going outside the doors or the storefront of wocomoDOCS, anti-Asian hate and violence against Asians, and it's happening all over the world. We're not always at the forefront of protests or resistance and the question of erasure, but we need to exercise our voice.
You have noticed the hashtag #StopAsianHate trending on social media today. And that's because hate crimes against Asian Americans have skyrocketed this year.
8 people, 6 of them Asian American women, were gunned down in Atlanta last week.
Breaking news now, a racist attack in Chinatown.
Here in New York City tonight, police are searching for a suspect wanted for attacking an Asian woman with a hammer.
This past year, like a canary in a coal mine, Chinatowns across North America gave us the warning signs of the anti-Asian hate that was coming. Starting in January 2020, Chinatowns everywhere began to empty as racist rhetoric linking COVID-19 to the Chinese stigmatized the neighborhood.
Go back to China where you came from.
People looked around for someone to blame for the coronavirus, encouraged, of course, by Donald Trump and his anti-China rhetoric.
Kung flu, the Chinese virus.
From San Francisco to New York, Vancouver to Montreal, residents and working class people in Chinatowns have faced verbal assaults. Seniors and women have been attacked in the streets and even set on fire. We are living in a moment that harkens back to the anti-Asian era upon which our Chinatowns were built.
Des milliers de communautés asiatiques qui se tiennent debout, tous les alliés de tout horizon, de toutes les communautés qui marchent avec nous. Merci à vous.
Chinatown is a symbol of our resilience, our solidarity, and our continued struggle for the right to remain in our neighborhoods without fear of displacement. This is Chinatown. This is the house that we built, and our resistance is staying here still.
有冇冬字嘅？
从去年开始，这些民族主义的意识非常的强烈，威廉就曾经深受其害。
I was doing a delivery with my dad, and there was a truck behind us that was very impatient and honking. He started threatening us with racial slurs and comes out of the car and punches my face.
就感到会害怕。反而我在 Chinatown 已经都40年了。你看起来他们是很可怕的样子，但是呢，这些人呢没有什么暴力倾向，反而那些白种人呢，他们非常暴力的。
Yeah, everyone in the neighborhood, they want affordable food. The seniors are not going to go to a restaurant that have $20 plates to eat, you know? Some of them, they like go around collecting cans and stuff just to get their meals. Like I have people that come in sometimes and just ask for a bun because they're hungry, and I'll just give it to them. Why not? If we have it, we're going to give it.
One thing my dad has always said is you feed the masses, you don't feed the individual. And for us, the masses are the people that surround us. From the downtown east side, we rely on people that live in this neighborhood. Be it you drive a Mercedes or you drive a shopping cart, it doesn't matter to us as long as you are able to have food in your stomach. That for me is what Chinatown's all about. And for me, I guess that's why it's important for us to be here.
We're not quite to that. You see, start the end.
one of the last businesses in Chinatown that still have that Chinatown flavor. But it's so much more than flavor. It's the memories that go with the flavor. Our food can tie people back to Chinatown.
There you go. Lather it up.
Oh, we got Maggie.
Leave extra sauce, okay? Oh my goodness, it's Elaine.
We wanted to galvanize some community spirit and just kind of see who's out there and who's thinking about Chinatown. The title comes from an old Toy Son expression. I was thinking of like when I was little with my mom, I would go with her to Chinatown and she would bump into someone and say, oh, wocomoDOCS. And I just felt like it was such a deeply kind of emotional expression. So coming to Chinatown, seeing an old friend was like one of the few things that really could reflect her humanity and make her feel like there was a place for her here.
You know, one of the people I spoke to today, she said, there is no more Chinatown. How does that make you feel?
Come down and see our exhibition. We've got 170 posters here of people that's saying, I love Chinatown, this neighborhood means something to me.
Hi, Brenda. Come take a picture.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
To me, when we talk about back to the city movement, if we can think of bring the community back instead of just bring people back, but bring that community connection to the place back, then if we manage to do that, then the intergenerational succession and planning will naturally take place. We can start to weave back this ruptured urban fabric and expand and grow.
Merci.
This is my godfather, Mr. Sito, 168.
呢係去新園係咪啊？呢係去新園係咪啊？
係啊，我姓司徒嘅。
係啊，佢係姓司徒啊。
你係姓司徒。
我父母喺海皮嚟。
你開平啊嘛，係咪啊？赤坎啊嘛，係咪？係啊，我咪赤坎咯。
Same from the same village。係
啊。Oh yeah。
有得㗎啦，靜靜密密啊。
Okay.
Okay, wonderful, yeah. 甜甜蜜蜜 ，OK， 大家好啊嘛，係咯，甜甜蜜蜜 ，OK。
So all this money is to eventually go to building their new temple. So, but they would like somewhere downtown where it's convenient for the older Chinese population to continue going to. 佢話屋企呢個呢，人都屋企興，佢話人我怕唔怕啊？ That you better translate, Wilson.
Okay, he said yes.
He said yes, a word.
Talking about Chinatown, advocates calling for the city of Montreal to act immediately to protect Chinatown's heritage. With a lot of condo buildings going up, and a lot of interest in more condo buildings. We are literally running out of time on this.
I'm the Vice President of the Chinese Association of Montreal, and our building is sitting smack in the middle of this proposed project. But, you know, I want to make it perfectly clear that our building is not for sale.
In a lot of the promotion of those new condo complex, it doesn't mention it's Chinatown.
No. There's not one word, il n'y a pas un mot, okay, on Chinatown. And that's very worrisome. We're worried about being wiped out.
I think a lot of us just assumed that they would never go away. I think that's how we felt about Wings.
As soon as it was purchased, the tenant sounded the alarm publicly. He went to the media.
Je me suis impliqué dès que mon bâtiment, qui est le bâtiment où je vis, a été vendu pour la sauvegarde de ces bâtiments-là. Et je vais être avec vous, mes amis, dans ce combat.
One of the tenants discovered some artifact that dates back to over 200 years now.
I can't face this idea in my mind that these things will end up in the garbage. That's a big chunk of the history of Montreal and the Quebec histories. So I think this is important.
We desperately need to have the government declare Chinatown as a heritage destination.
You know, it's in times of crisis that things move the fastest. And so now we're all working together to recognize the entire Chinatown area as a historical neighborhood that is worthy of protection.
A first in Montreal's Chinatown, a municipal election debate hosted by organizations from the city's Chinese community representing about 100,000 Montrealers.
How are you going to protect the quality of life and our ability to stay in our home?
Il y a le quartier chinois des simples citoyens et il y a le quartier chinois des promoteurs riches. Et j'ai l'impression qu'on s'intéresse d'abord à ces derniers plutôt qu'aux vrais citoyens.
I am telling you now, we're not united today. In 20 years' time, we will not have a Chinatown like what it is today.
No matter what language we speak, no matter what dialogues we talk, okay? We got to unite it together.
I'm not going to apologize that we ran over time. We waited 200 years for you guys.
This is Columbus Park, for those of you who don't know, one of the most used parks on the east coast of the United States. 50 feet away from this park is where the demolition of those two buildings is going to take place. It's going to plunge this community into darkness. We are here, we are not invisible, and we're saying no new jail. No new jail! 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 No new jail!
We don't want no jail here. We're tired of all the violence against our elders, against Asian people. We're tired of that shit. Fuck that. I came from California to help support this.
No new jail!
This is pretty good, huh?
We've got a lot of people.
Couple thousand, I think, maybe more. We are not invisible. We are not invisible. When Mayor Koch in the 1980s saw 12,000 people from this community marching in the same streets, he said, I don't care. You don't vote, you don't care, you don't matter. Now we're here. We cannot repeat that history. We are here, we are not invisible, and we're saying no new jails. No new jails! No new jails!
We have little progress, and the little progress that we have was because of the community. We're putting pressure on all of the government because people need to get elected again. People want to stay in office. We're going to hold them responsible if they move ahead with this jail. We're going to remember who they are. We're going to come out and vote. We're going to make sure that everybody votes against them. That's the power that we have.
Stop this jail! Stop this jail!
Does that mean that this jail is stopped? No. We had over 2,000 people walking all the way through the streets of Chinatown. If we have to do it again, we'll do it again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You guys made a real difference for us. I saw you out there.
We got your back.
Yeah. Getting good.
A portion of Montreal's Chinatown has been declared a historic site, meaning future development in the core of Chinatown will need provincial consent. 2 historic buildings are set to get heritage status, the S. Davis and Sons building and what's now known as Maison Wings.
C'est aujourd'hui évidemment un grand moment dans l'histoire du quartier chinois de Montréal.
Okay, come. Press conference, people, come. You know, human beings live here, and this is what they see. Can we start the press conference?
This section here is my property.
Ça, c'est chez nous. On déplace pas chez nous.
J'ai chassé un secteur. C'est son propre terrain ici.
We hope that the interim measures announced by the government this morning that will be put in place will be sufficient to prevent projects such as this disaster from ever happening again. We hope this is only the beginning of full heritage protection for Chinatown, which is composed of both tangible and intangible assets. Chinatown is the nesting place of living heritage, such as our seniors who hold our memories of struggle and survival here. Chinatown is the home to our family associations, residents, legacy businesses that are important to the identity of all Asian communities. Chinatown is not a museum. We live here. We demand quality of life.
We know it's wrong, but it's not over, and we know it's not over, but that's a fucking huge victory, man. Moi, je suis super content de ça.
Hey, victory!
On l'a eu, mais on est pour vrai. We got them, the fuckers, the developers.
Hey, 你好，你好。冇咩腸啊？冇炒麵啊？ Today, my feeling is very good. It's the first reopen.
all the people have the hope for the future. It's good day.
So opening the doors this past weekend was like me coming out of a crate and beginning again. The water flowing again between us as people.
Okay.
My ears aren't pierced.
How are you gonna wear them?
I'm gonna get my ears pierced. That's
wow.
one. And then in the meantime, I might switch them off for football.
We're having a good time playing, being the bouncer.
Who's the bouncer?
You're the bouncer here at the door.
Oh, yeah. I take care of the other little things, but I'm not good with people.
We're at our next stop, wocomoDOCS. So this is actually the oldest shop in Chinatown, opened in 1890. And so Mei Lam is the 5th generation owner of wocomoDOCS, and she really supports like local artists, and she has like an artist resident.
I think there's something to say about not wiping spaces out to replace them with something new, but the real work is in trying to understand what has worked, what is significant, what is still relevant, and how to breathe new life into it.
You know, I brought up the conversation about, you know, who would like to continue. I feel unawares to her that she recalled her promise to grandfather. Never to let it go. So here we are, continuing. We're here in America, 5th generation Chinese American, and we've developed home here. So nobody's going to kick us out of our house. This is our house. I, for one, you know, don't call it resistance. I call it staying where you belong.
You could say each fight that was an existential fight for Chinatown was generational. You know, my kids will have to figure out what it means. You know, all our generations to come will have to figure out what this place means. But as long as it's important enough to have meaning, that to me is a reason to fight for it.
mortals who stand beside an angel like you. I saw her face and I ascended out of the commonplace into the rare. Somewhere in space I hang suspended until I know there's a chance that you care. Won't you answer this hopeful prayer of a stranger in paradise? But tell him he needn't be a stranger no more. Somewhere in space I hang suspended until I know there's a chance that you care. Won't you answer this hopeful prayer of a stranger in paradise? But tell him he needn't be a stranger no more. A stranger no more.